Hello, my name's Ian Austin, and I'm here to discuss a paper that I co-authored with a former colleague of mine, Dr. Abel Alonso, who's now based in the United Kingdom. This paper was written and designed to shed light on international export businesses in Western Australia. Most of the businesses for this paper were small to medium-sized enterprises, and exports was at the core of their enterprises being the reason it was established, the reason it was developed. The theoretical structures centre around organisational learning, strategic behaviour, stakeholder theory, and knowledge-based theory. What it really highlights is that the organisational learning of each enterprise has its own context, but often it would come back to the principal decision maker and their nuanced understanding of how their experiences in relating to international markets, international customers, highlighted their own activities, and how they begin to question these activities, how they can enhance them to make their business more sustainable. Very interestingly, throughout the interviews, this was a qualitative work backed up by quantitative secondary data, but in the qualitative interviews, no one actually discussed at length profits and how much they were actually, how much the firm was making. It really always came back to us, how can we improve, how can we develop this enterprise, this company? And the motivation was not money, it was really came back to their families, for obviously even the nominally not family-based enterprises, they often referred to their colleagues and their associates in the small to medium-sized enterprise they were running. They considered their staff to be part of their family. And the organisational learning was really about improving themselves as individuals and improving those around them as individuals so that collectively their enterprises could thrive. The Western Australian context was very interesting because the small size of the market in Western Australia, there's 2 million people in this vast state, 2.2 million, and no enterprise, very few enterprises we've spoken to can survive based on this marketplace. So a lot of these even small micro businesses were established from the outset with the concept that we go international from birth. There's no options really. So we interviewed people in the wine industry, we interviewed people in various areas of agriculture, we interviewed people in global media, and the response was the same. When establishing the business, it was all about externalising the enterprise well beyond Western Australia, well beyond Australia, and it was all based on the confidence that they had the skills, the learning capacities to enhance their businesses and enterprises and take it to marketplace. And the interesting thing about that was often we'd talk to them about, how did they compete against international competition, and none of them ever competed on price. The key criteria was, if you've got a story, if you've got a good story, if you can tell someone how your avocados are the best avocados in the world, and not only are they the best avocados this year, they will be the best next year and the year after and the year after, you actually get to set the price point in your international market. And that was a repeating theme across, multimedia industry, agricultural sector, and a number of other enterprise areas. The organisational learning is the inherent value within the company, and it drives essentially everything that is done. And the prices of the products coming out of Western Australia are high by an international standards, but they're seen as a value proposition by by the marketplace that these individual enterprises target. So I hope in reading the paper, people gain some insights into organisational learning, into strategic management, knowledge-based theory, and I hope the Western Australian context and case studies provide for wider learning. Thank you very much.